Welcome to Remelations. We're your hosts.
I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke. Remelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. This week, we're reading dreams about demons and onions.
Yeek, and we're also talking about battling snakes and cars and underwear. We're also sharing our stories about ghosts we've encountered while we've been sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And we also chat about our buddy, Johnny Depp.
Team Johnny!
All right, bestie, let's get started.
Woo!
I was just going to say, it's really shitty out. Like, is it raining there?
No, but it was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday was beautiful. But today is like fucking a swamp.
My day got ruined because I was supposed to go on a boat out on the river because it was like supposed to be like 80 degrees yesterday.
Yeah.
But no, we couldn't go out because we had wind advisories. It was like 40 mile per hour to 50 mile per hour.
Yeah, it was really windy.
So not really great for boating.
Unless you had a sailboat.
Yeah, then you're cruising right along. I don't know what kind of boat it was. I was invited like every Friday last summer, but guess what? I worked on Fridays, so they would always take half days, and I just didn't have the option to do it. So I was like, I finally get to go on the boat.
You can't. That's like the best kind of boat to own is when your friends own a boat and you don't have to be the one to own the boat.
And
then like you can just go out with them and not have to worry about the gas and the putting it in and putting it out and storing it and shit.
Oh my God, the slip alone, aren't those super expensive?
Yeah, they can be depending on where.
My goodness. My goodness gracious.
Well, we've got a couple listener dreams to read today.
We do. Yay. Mindy's dancing.
I'm dancing away this hangover.
Makes me dance.
All right. Well, Brooke, do you have a dream to share? Or no, I'm starting, right? Damn it.
I do though, to answer your question, but yes, you can go first. Ladies first.
Okay. Well, I had a hard time. You told me your dream is more of a dream story. So I had a hard time finding something that was kind of light to balance yours today.
Yeah. No, mine is kind of creepy and dark, and it's intense.
Mine's creepy, but it's got a funny ending. So I think I'm going to read this one. Okay.
Here we go.
This dream comes from Patricia. I dreamt of a very long black snake coming up my back. More on the left side of my body. It could have been 7 feet long and 7 inches thick. That's a big snake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Nope. I told you this is not a good dream to start. I could feel it coming closer to my head and face and realized at any time it was going to bite me. Brooke looks like you're about to cry.
I might.
I also realized that no one standing around me could help. I started reaching for its head before it could bite me, and I could feel its teeth touch my fingers as it was searching to bite wherever it could on my head or my hand. Okay, I just feel like the heebie-jeebies up my back right now.
Like I feel it right now. Like
I reached my hand over my head behind me, fumbling for its head. I was so scared and repulsed. I finally was able to grab a hold of its head, covering its mouth, just as it was about to bite me. We got a handle on it.
That's lucky, because I mean, it could have bit at any time, and then to fumble around backwards, you think.
And you know how big their mouths are.
And to get it by the head, that's lucky, Patricia.
But all of a sudden, it wasn't my hand anymore. I had a black cloth that I had used to hold it.
Okay.
I started pulling the body of the snake up into the cloth, and I could feel me pulling as though it was like a long stretch of rope. Just, yeah.
Well, snakes are like all muscle, so it probably would be like a thick, strong rope.
7 inches thick. I mean, that's 7 feet long. That's a long
7 feet long is
snake.
Long. 7 inches thick is pretty thick, but 7 feet?
That could swallow a human. I finally had it held, but it was still fighting hard to bite me. I've never been so fearful in my life. I was then battling the snake in a car with someone. So all of a sudden, scene change. Now I'm in a car with a snake.
And it's loose? Is it out of the bag?
No, she's still got it.
Okay.
I told the person to open the window so I could put it out the window. And then I threw it out, and I told the person to quickly close the windows.
How did she handle a 7-foot snake by herself?
She must be working out.
Patricia's strong.
She's stacked, man. She's been doing those arm curls, the arm curls.
She's been doing those snake wrestling workouts. It's the new hit thing.
Do you have to pay extra for that?
Yeah, you do.
Damn
it's pretty expensive.
I can't afford that. I don't have to use regular weights.
I just don't use weights at all.
You could get a shake weight. You know those like shake weights?
Can I tell you a story about the
Please
shake weight?
tell me a story about the snake.
The
snake
weight. Shake the snake weight.
Shake the snake weight. I would hate to use that one.
That's terrifying.
Oh God.
But okay, so it's supposed to be easy, and you're supposed to just like,
If you don't know what a shake weight is, it's like a weight. It's like, it almost looks like a dumbbell, but you shake it and it's got like counterweights almost in it. So it kind of, it's like force and unforce. I don't know. It's like a counterbalanced weight.
I couldn't do it for the life of me. I don't know if it was it wasn't like a strength thing, but the coordination thing, like my brother came and visited. This is when I lived in Westmont.
Okay.
And I was like, I think this is broken, because I got it like the as seen on TV section.
Pause for 1 second. Did you think it shook itself?
No, I didn't think it shook itself, but I thought it was supposed to be like
because
really
I think
easy.
That's like the misconception that the thing shakes and you just hold on to it, but you're the one who actually has to power the shake of it.
No, I was well aware I had to do like physical activity, but I was like, I think I got a broken one. And Brett immediately picks it up and is like, no,
shaking it.
shaking. I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And he's like laughing because I just could not get it to work right. And it's probably the easiest thing in the world, but that is how coordinated I am. Can't even get a shake weight to work.
It's supposed to tone your arms.
Yeah, and I don't know. And it was supposed to tone your arms more because...
But it looks like you're pretty much just jacking off.
Or making a drink.
I'm thinking dirty. Dirty 30. I'm already thinking of it.
Oh, we'll see. Good for you.
That's going to work its way into my dream.
One.
Okay, getting back to Patricia's dream here.
Sorry.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
snake. Okay,
yeah, big long snake. Okay, so she gets a hold of the snake. She's scene changes. She's in a car. She tells the person to roll down the windows. She throws the snake out. She yells to roll up the windows again. It's a rando. I don't think she knows who this person is.
Okay.
Okay, and then she says, "I could see it trying hard to get back in through the windows. I looked out and I could see it was getting smaller as it finally faded away into the distance. I noticed the cloth I was holding, and it was actually black underwear, which belonged to me." And then she woke up.
Okay, Patricia. I'm so glad you had your black underwear with you because
God, yeah.
Underwear
of steel or something.
Happened. Oh my God.
Impenetrable panties.
I mean, I guess that could be a thing. I don't know what you would use it for an everyday purpose, but maybe special
occasions. Like it's like the first date and you don't want to be like that girl and you're like, I'm going to put on the impenetrable
like, go ahead
panties.
And try.
Oh, sorry, it's my panties. They won't let you in. Maybe you have to wait till date number 3.
It's like a chastity belt. It can protect you from snake bites and unwelcome advances.
Those are also snake bites, if you think about it.
Good one. We have a winner.
Man, yeah. Patricia, it's a scary dream, but I love that it ends on a funny note.
Yeah,
that's your underwear.
Yes, I do love that.
We even talked last week about how common snake dreams are, but we haven't really had many written in, so I'm glad we finally had one to share.
Is this only the second one, I think?
Yeah, I think so. Going to what snakes mean, they often are associated with, deception, self-sabotage. And I think in this case, it's a black snake. And if I take the colors into consideration as well, black is dark and dangerous and hidden things and lost hope or guilt. And so it's like 2 really bad omens here we have playing in.
Yeah, and I was going to mention the black thing because that stood out to me, as well as the size of it, which usually means then it's a big issue. If it's big snake.
Oh, yeah.
But also, I mean, we didn't know at the time, but her underwear was black too.
That is true.
It was a black cloth, but really her underwear, but still black. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of black going on in this.
So, yeah, is there something that maybe is something you've been avoiding for a while, a situation or you need to address, or maybe something that, it's kind of been eating at you, literally eating like a snake at you, and you've been avoiding it. I mean, finally it's come to a head where you're like, okay, I have to deal with this head on.
A head. She had to grab
the head. Yes.
Just-
No, I agree. But, and then how the scene changes, and she's in a car. And I think that, that's a lot of anxiety maybe builds up around this issue that you're avoiding, because in a car, there's like really no way out. You're trapped with the snake in a car.
But you're still also struggling to get away. So it's like she's still kind of trying to run.
Yeah, you're dealing with it. Maybe you're fearing for your personal safety, perhaps. Or it could also be taken that maybe you're holding a grudge with something or someone. So is there a conflict with someone, and perhaps you're holding this grudge, and your subconscious, your dream is telling you maybe now it's time to deal with it and let it go.
Did someone steal your underwear, Patricia? I'm sorry. That would be a grudge I would hold too.
Panty raids.
Panty raids. Did you take it to a laundromat and lose your underwear?
Speaking of panty raids, there was in college, there was
Did that happen to you?
No, well, no.
Oh.
It was called Boots and Boxers Run. So there was a day. So I went to like a big 12 school, and there was a day that you called Boots and Boxers, and it was in the middle of winter. And what you did is you wore your bra, your underwear, or your boxers if you're a guy, put on your boots on, and run through campus.
No thanks. No thanks.
I did. I was like, sure, sign me up. I'm going to see a bunch of boys in their boxers. I'm going.
Oh, that's like polar bear kind of style.
Yeah, no, I think I had a robe on. I was like, not that kind of girl, but I was like, I still want to watch.
Surprises me that you would be that bold.
I had a robe on, and I just wanted to observe, which was good.
I would get some hot chocolate and be like, I'm too tired. I need to sit down and be like,
I just want to watch.
Just sip on my chalky and watch some naked guys run around.
If any of our listeners still go to Iowa State and they know of the Boots and Boxers Run, or they still do it, let me know what day.
It's probably not allowed anymore. But I mean, can they really stop a mass of people?
Usually
they
not.
get one or two of you.
We weren't doing anything nefarious. It was just fun.
It was just for
if you
fun.
want to participate, do it. If you want to look
if
away,
not, don't.
you can. Anyways, so I just going back to Patricia's dream. But she kind of like takes this scary situation, just becomes a badass, and like she's just like, I'm not letting this snake bite me, no matter what. And she just takes it and deals with that situation.
Like from the start, she even grabbed it. Before she even got into the car, she was still taking control of it from the jump.
And she did defeat the snake, and finally got it out the window. It went away, and it was like it was a positive thing. She overcame that situation. So whatever you're avoiding or holding a grudge with, anything that thing that's bothering you, I think it's a sign that you're going to address it, and it's going to be better from then on out. I think
I agree,
because the dream ends on that funny note that it's her underwear.
Yeah, so it went from scary to funny, and the actual resolution of getting rid of the snake. So it ends on two positive notes, like you defeated it, and it was funny.
And often with the dreams that are scary, there's no ending to them. Like the snake was about to bite me, and then I woke up. And so the fact that there was an end to it, I think, was interesting.
And she didn't end up getting bitten the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, that's impressive. Like I said, to wrangle a 7-foot snake by yourself, that's a lot of muscle.
No. And underwear in a dream, underwear is very private. Unless you're running in the snow, I guess. It's very secretive. It's almost like embarrassing. You don't want anyone to see your underwear, or maybe you do. But in most general public situations, you don't want people to see your underwear.
It's something you hide, something you cover,
Which makes me go back to thinking there's something that, she's avoiding, and that once she deals with whatever it is that she's avoiding in her life, I think there's going to be a bit of a relief for her.
I hope she gets some new undies.
Gosh, yeah. That's
she
always
deserves
a good day.
To get a whole new set of bras and panties and just have a whole new wardrobe. That's what she wins.
Brooke, I agree. Go for it.
Hey, we already know Victoria's Secret loves us because they've reached out to Mindy, so maybe we can get some new undies
5
for Patricia.
panties for $36 or whatever it is. They're my favorite. Yes. Anyways, thank you, Patricia, for writing in and sharing your story and your dream. I think it was hilarious, and keep them coming.
Yes, please. Yes. And you know how everyone knows how to do it by now, but I'll just give you a quick reminder. If you do want to share a dream or a dream story, email us at remelations@gmail.com. We can't wait to hear more from you.
I like how you ended that in a song.
La, la, la.
Okay. Brooke, do you have a dream to share?
I do. And this is going to be a little different, you guys. So bear with me because it's going to be a little long at first. I'm just going to read it. And I think Mindy and I will both have a lot of thoughts about it.
Yay.
But this is from Mary from Poland. And I just want to start. She started by saying, "Hi, my darlings. Just in advance, I love your podcast and it helped me through a lot of stressful nights in the last week. Tonight, I had a nightmare that wasn't just like any typical nightmare. And while I can still figure some parts of the puzzle on my own, some of them are an enigma." So that was really sweet.
Thank
that
you
she's a listener
so much.
Thank you,
That
Mary.
is very sweet. Thanks, Mary.
Okay. So this is a little scary because it's actually like a story, a real story that's happening to her. And then she goes into the dream part of it. And then it actually then pops out to real life again. So just to kind of give you like the layout of what I'm going to read to you.
Okay.
Okay. But this is how it starts out, and I'm literally going to read it. But first, a word of explanation. For years and years.
But first, a word from our sponsors.
No word from our sponsor. No,
Sorry.
this is a word from our sponsor, Mary.
Thank you.
For years and years, I think since I was 14, and she says I'm 22 now, I've been haunted by a demon. I know it sounds insane, but everyone says so until they experience some activity from this guy himself. It's usually what happens, like my family, friends, girlfriend, they were all skeptical. Of course, until they experience unexplainable shadow figures, scratching, furniture pushed down to the floor, bruises on their bodies, and things falling at them from the other side of the room as they were sleeping. See?
This starts, okay. I'm worried for Mary already.
I warned you.
Can I just pick her up and bring her back? Well, I don't want to bring her back to my house because then I don't want that to happen to me. But I just want to protect and save her.
I know. This is scary stuff. This is like real scary stuff.
Okay. We love the supernatural and everything like that. So I'm
but this
cautiously
anything with
excited.
demons is
That's scary.
That's an extra. That's not just spirit stuff. That's
okay.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Demons, no.
Okay, so me and my demon had it rough when I was a teenager. Or she says, I had it rough. I didn't know how to get rid of it, haunted by demonic figures at night that would disappear with a flash of light. However, recently, the demon has been bothering my little sister, throwing stuff at her in her sleep.
No, step off.
I know. Lurking behind the door or just by her bed. I saw him doing that once or twice.
Where the fuck do you live, Mary? Can you move? Can we move, please?
Please.
Is it a demon that just stays in this house? That's a question I have. Like
that's the trick. Is it attached to her family,
or the house?
An object, this house? You just don't know.
Burn everything in your house and find a new house.
So she says, at some point when I was 19, I got tired of the sleepless nights and did what everyone advised me to do and told them to fuck off. Of course, with sage, cleansing, and other stuff.
Yeah.
But she was free. He left her alone until this night.
No.
Okay. I know. So here's where she
pause for a second. I just got to take this all in. Okay.
Breathe.
I'm ready. These stories terrify me. But I
know this is a scary one. So some of the pieces of my dream I have no problem interpreting, as she said before. She just is giving some background, saying they're connected. She had this terrible week where all these things were happening. Like her sister was suffering from serious depression. Her dog got sick. Her car broke down when she was taking the dog to the vet. Just like
it sounds like a week you have quite often. It's like when Brooke has a bad week, the whole week goes to shit. It's not just one thing. It's like 10 things that pile on each other.
When it rains, it pours. That is totally my life.
It. Yep.
But she says, and then lastly, during that week, she came out to her parents, who are extremely religious parents. So good for you, Mary.
That is awesome. We are proud of you. And we are proud of our LGBTQ plus community, and we are definitely advocates for you guys. So we are your allies. But that's not easy.
Yeah, we're very proud. And that's hard, especially really religious parents, that.
Yeah, that's tough.
that doesn't always go over so well.
I just want to give Mary a hug.
I do.
I do.
Mary's going through so much.
I know.
Okay, we're going to Poland. We'll see you soon, Mary.
I've got my passport ready. Just tell me what to wear.
That's good to know. I have to renew my passport soon, so that's good.
Yes.
I think I have a year left, but still.
But out of 10, you're at the last 10th of its life, so
yeah. So it's lived a good life too.
I think mine. I think I just got mine redone. Yeah, after Mark and I got married, I had mine redone.
Yeah, you're good.
Good.
You're good. So
okay,
we'll head over there as soon as we can, and then we'll just pop over to Amsterdam.
But I'm not staying at your house.
No, we will stay at a hotel.
Brand new hotel.
Yes, brand new.
No demons attached.
Nothing that has happened. Okay, so the dream is incoherent and short. I'm mad at myself for not noting it down, which is good advice, like Mindy says, when I first woke up. But I was so terrified I could only turn on the light and listen to podcasts to calm myself down and not think about it. It was also like a really shallow, inconsistent dream. It was almost like I was fading in and fading out in catnaps, not able to move, but having memories of laying in my bed.
Yeah.
Okay. So she is on top of our podcast because she's like, here, I'll present you with some of the elements of my dream. I'm like, okay, she's kind of doing the job for us. Thanks, Mary. Number 1, I was on the floor in my little sister's room, not the one that is currently being haunted, but the one that has the depression. I could see us from a weird perspective. It was almost like my consciousness was floating above us and I was simply observing.
Okay.
I just want to stop because I always think that's interesting because sometimes you dream first person, sometimes you dream third person. And I wonder really what that means, if you're actually involved in the dream or if you're kind of watching it happen.
Yeah, that is interesting. And what do you normally dream? Is it this different from your normal dreams? Are you normally dreaming in first person or is it always like a third person perspective? Like
and is that what is like so alarming about it? Maybe jarring for her. So I don't remember the details of what we had talked about in the dream, but I know that I pointed out that the door to her room is not closed. I felt unsafe for some reason. I wanted to guard us from something. She replied that she knows it's not safe, but this is how it will work from now on. She cannot close her doors anymore. That really scares me because we kind of talked about, how like demonic entities are attached to any kind of vulnerability. And if she's going through like serious depression, Mary could have maybe gotten rid of it, but now it's like attached. This isn't even the sister that it's bothering in real life, but now the sister in her dream, maybe she's just feeling like it could be next.
Yeah.
It just
shutting the door, that's one of the easiest ways you can feel protected. I don't care what place you are. It's to shut a door and lock it is like immediate safety.
You feel unprotected. You're feeling unprotected. And I think for Mary too, it's not just her, it's now her family's involved. Yeah. And it seems like a lot of energies are keeping this demon around and Mary's just having a hard time escaping the presence, even in her dreams. Like demons can haunt you when you're asleep and awake. So again, we just want to give Mary a big hug because this is scary. Okay. So the second part of her dream, shift like yours. My friend and I were fighting, but she refused to tell me what was going on. The only thing I knew was that it was about money. When she went to the bathroom, I asked my older sister what was going on. She says that it's a delicate matter and I shouldn't bring up the money and just focus on the movie. Okay. So this is the part I think you'll like, Mindy. So the movie.
I'm just like, my eyes are like the size of, I'm like, so invested in this. I'm like, what's happening next?
I
know. But the listeners can't see that. I'm like, at the edge of my seat.
So this is where it is just a little lighthearted, but it's it. On the laptop, there was some weird version of a Harry Potter film that made no sense.
Yes. Oh, I do love this part.
Okay. Snape was wearing a turban and Harry was a ginger.
So Harry was Ron, really.
Sure. So I'm like, I know Mindy's going to like this.
Love this part of the dream. If I wish all your dreams were just like Harry Potter fantasies. That's fine.
Just weird.
Let's keep the demons
versions.
Out of it. Just Harry Potter dreams.
Yep. Well, we'll see. I'm sure a lot of people do have Harry Potter dreams. It's so popular. People have to be thinking about it.
Hashtag.
But with Daniel Radcliffe dream.
Yes. I'm like,
You paused. You paused.
I
a little,
paused.
and I'm like,
I was like, I paused because there's so many great actors to choose from in those movies. And
I would really, really, really love to know, what does Gary Oldman dream? Because he's one of my favorite actors. So there's two out there for you. Okay, so after this Harry Potter version of Harry Potter, my friend comes out of the bathroom still extremely tense. And while I wanted to resolve the problem, I knew I should stay silent. So this makes me think, it wasn't, I know money's like a big dream symbol, but for me, this just doesn't seem like it was about money, but just a message like the demon was sending through the dream. Like she said, all she wanted was resolution, but I think she was really fighting the demon masked as her friend. Although she thought she had won that battle, he had never really left. And that's kind of what's scary about any kind of haunting. It could slow down, or any kind of demonic activity. You could think it's gone, and it's like, just kidding.
And any like a certain thing in your life can just bring it back.
I was hiding, they trick you. And that's why I think it was masking itself as someone else in the dream, maybe to engage her or something.
And maybe that's why her older sisters is like, no, just don't.
That's
don't
what I
mess
was thinking.
with it.
Her older
that's
sisters
the
may be
warning.
aware, like, just let's not bring it up. Like, leave it be.
How many sisters do you have? Now, are we at 3 sisters? Love it, because I have nothing but sisters, and they're the best.
Yeah, they can be the best and the worst, I'm sure.
The best and the worst. And she's somewhere in the middle, like me. It's like, fucking middle child again.
Like, I don't know what to do with this.
The demon's like, if I can haunt anyone, pick the one that everyone hates anyways, the middle child.
No one hates you.
No. I'm my parents' favorite. What are you talking about?
Of course. I've heard them say it.
I know. They tell me all the time. It's weird that they don't say it around the other sisters that I'm their favorite, but they tell me all the time.
Right. But it's nice. I mean, you wonder, are your other sisters getting the same message?
I know they are. I say the same thing to my kids. Like, if I have an alone time with like the youngest, I'll be like, baby, you're my favorite. She's like, Mom, I know you're just saying that because I'm the only one here. Like, and I'll be alone with the other one. So I'm like, I love you. You're the favorite.
You got to hang on to that. The youngest one, that's your baby.
I know. Well, Mary, you're our favorite.
Mary. Oh, well, we're not done yet.
Okay.
That's when I noticed a girl in the corner of the room. She had short black hair with fringe and was hovering over something. Soon enough, I discovered she was very thinly cutting an onion, making all of us extremely high from the smell. As soon as she noticed that I noticed her, she got up and ran out of the apartment. I was chasing after her in what felt like forever. And then again, she could see herself like she wasn't really there, like she was observing again. Okay. But this time, she was observing it on the laptop screen.
Weird.
So this is so interesting. So I asked her what she was hiding. She leaned into my ear, and it all came out in a loud, harsh mumble that sounded like some satanic and demon language.
God. Don't whisper in my ear, demon.
This is so creepy. Okay. And then we're in the home stretch.
Okay.
That's when I immediately opened my eyes, and there were 2 strong arms pushing me down on the mattress of my bed. Leaning over me.
Now, do we know if she's awake or not?
This is like this. She's awake now.
Okay. She's awake now. Okay.
So the demon's back and holding her down. Leaning over her was the shadow figure of the demon that has been troubling her for all these years. I screamed very, very loud and closed my eyes. When I quickly sat up trying to push it away, it was gone. She says while most of it makes sense to her, she has no idea what the girl cutting the onion means. But to end on a little bit of a positive note, she says, keep up the amazing work. I love your podcast so much.
Oh.
Mary from Poland, XOXOXO.
Oh, I'll take all those hugs and kisses. Thank you.
I will.
I'll give half
Thank
to
you.
Brooke.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Take a breath.
Please. Yeah, we might. Okay, cheers. I need a drink.
Yeah,
after that one.
Have a drink.
Cheers. Yep. Okay. Whew.
I'm going to have 2.
You deserve to after reading that. Now,
I know.
I don't know how demons work, but I hope they can't come through emails.
Don't say anything, Mindy. Shh. Because you never know. With new technology, demons are figuring it out too.
They are.
But we've kind of mentioned that what's so terrifying about this dream is that it's beyond just like a haunting. Demon stuff is very, very dangerous, like legit dangerous.
Shadow Man and things like that. No.
Because they can do real serious damage. And we want to send our love, our light, and protection to you and your sister. And
yes,
I really hope you can find someone to help you rid your family of this horror. I mean, so even if there's one person out there listening, if you know something or somehow to help Mary, send it our way and we'll pass it along to her.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Her only question was the girl about the onion. Or the girl with the onion. I mean, off the top of my head, I just think of layers,
layers. I mean, Shrek said it best. Or Donkey.
Like her friend, I put in quotes from the first part of the dream because I think it was really the demon impersonator friend. Oh, and then the girl with the dark hair and the fringe.
Yeah.
Also, I think the demon masking, just trying to engage with her in this dream. And I just think that, especially since the girl starts speaking in that demonic language.
Well, hold on. Is it parcel tongue is my question.
Is it what?
Parcel tongue? For all my Harry Potter fans out there, bro.
Oh, I was like,
parcel
is
tongue.
It? I don't know.
Could be. I don't speak it, but Harry did.
Ginger Harry or regular Harry?
I love them both.
But again, with the onion, I think of strong smell. And even she said they were all kind of getting, that smell makes your eyes water and stuff. But I think, this is just my opinion, that smell was to bring attention to himself, the demon, to kind of get Mary to chase after him. Like I said, just to engage. Because also, I mean, a lot of times there's a sulfuric smell when there's a haunting demon or otherwise. And I think it was just kind of to like engage her and want to find the demon was like cocky, I know you thought I was gone, but this has only just begun. I say that kind of in a funny way, but I mean, all seriousness, like he's like, now I have your family too. And it just makes the struggle even more layered and more complicated. So, but Mary fought back against him once and thought he was gone. So I think she still is fighting. And that's that resolution.
The more she is pushing back this demon that she's seeing, the more it might get worse before it gets better, right? He's going to keep trying to get to her in different ways. And this way was through a dream and through two different like characters in her dream. And so he's like, okay, that way didn't work. Now let me try this way. And if you just stay strong, I think if Mary's just like, she's got to stay strong and just keep telling him to fuck off.
That's right, because that's what worked. And you have to fight against them, but kind of at the same time without engaging. I just wanted to share a little something. I know Mindy and I both have experienced ghostly encounters, but nothing demonic, luckily. No. But I don't know if I told you, I must have told you at some point, but when I was in college, I did have a regular haunting most nights when I lived in one of the houses off campus.
Which college was this?
University of Arizona.
Okay. Go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats. Woo! I don't think it was demonic.
So this was in one of the dorms, or
no?
Like
this was in
housing?
A house. This is just a house we rented. Okay. Like we were in, I was in a dorm, and then I was in like student apartments for two different apartment complexes, and then I was in a house. So it was in this house. I was scared, but I never really felt truly in danger. It was just like weird things would happen. Like I remember the first thing that happened is kind of funny. I was going to the bathroom and the toilet paper holder in that house was like right on the wall, right in front of the toilet. And it just literally just starts to unroll.
Oh, no, what?
Yeah, it just starts to unroll.
No.
And it comes completely off the cardboard thing. It's like usually a little bit, usually
a little bit.
And I just sat there and I was like,
you're kind of in a vulnerable state, which is the same as Mary's dream because she's in a dream state. And here you are, you're on a fucking toilet.
I never put that together. Oh my God.
Why mess with people when they're most vulnerable? When you catch them off guard.
And that, I probably was in the right spot for when that happened because I probably tinkled a little bit.
I would too.
But then the reason I bring this up is because my other ones were like at night when I was dreaming. I would wake up and see apparitions in my room. And there was always two men staring at me, very specific period piece outfits, one very tall and thin and the other kind of short and stout. And the short one always had a very tall top hat on. And I always felt it was like out of proportion. And that's just like a weird side note.
Yeah.
But they would be like my bed was down like two stairs. It was like a sunken bedroom from the upper part of the bedroom. So they're always like standing at the stairs looking down at me. It was always creepy seeing them there, but I could see they were talking. Like I could always see their mouths moving, but I could never hear what they were saying.
And were you paralyzed? Were you like, you were observing it? Did it involve sleep paralysis?
Not at this point.
Okay.
So I would just see them and I would go back to somehow fall back to sleep, or they would just be gone.
Okay.
However, this dream gave me chills because sometimes they like push it out of my memory because I don't really know how to deal with it either. But the last time I saw the ghost, it was only one of them, and it was the short one. And he was.
Did you name him?
Was
his name like Edward?
I don't know. Dick.
Dick.
Let's say Dick, because he was a dick. Because he was over me on the bed holding me down, which is exactly what Mary, and I was awake, you guys. I was not dreaming. I was awake, couldn't move, couldn't scream. It was just horrifying, right? Because you just are helpless. And all of a sudden my voice like finally came back and I was screaming at the top of my lungs, and the ghost disappeared and I never saw either of them again.
Wow.
So
go haunt someone else, assholes.
Get the fuck out, like Mary says. But I mean, again, I don't find was demonic at all.
Yeah.
That last part was the scariest part of it. But I mean, I don't know why they never came back.
That is
so interesting.
If you don't mind, I have a story to share.
Yes.
So this happened, and it's crazy because I never heard that story from you. We never really talked about this topic. And I don't think I ever shared this one with you. This was probably about 10 years ago. I was working for a company and we had a client in Laguna Beach. And so I had to travel quite often there to set up things for this project. So we stayed at this hotel. It was like my boss and I. So I stayed, I don't want to say it. That sounds weird to say it that way. No, he was a creeper. That's a different story. So I stayed at this hotel.
That's how Mindy got promoted.
No, that's how the girl I trained got promoted.
Oh, damn.
Fuck you, Lisa.
Spilling the tea. Love it.
Yeah, he was that kind of boss and she was that kind of girl. Anyways,
okay.
No experience.
Oh.
Within 2 years of me training her, like she came in, trained her. VP of the company, vice president. Yeah, amazing how that works.
Isn't that lovely?
It wasn't for her brains. Anywho, I'm not holding a grudge.
Not at all.
Not at all. So anyway, so I had to stay at this hotel. Was like it was a very old hotel. You could tell it was just like very creaky. It was like a Spanish style hotel. And my room, there was like we walk in, it was like the registration desk, there's a piano in there, you know, sometimes people would play it. And then my room was almost like right above where the lobby was. Oh, and God. I remember I was there for a few nights. The first night, nothing. You know, I'd watched TV, went to bed, but I noticed like the tap, like the water never stopped really dripping. So I shut the bathroom door, you know, like just because otherwise I'm just like drip, drip. So the second night I was there, I had woken up because the TV was on static. It was just like, it was off when I went to bed, but I woke up to the sound of the TV being on. And the door of the bathroom was also open.
And what goes to static anymore? Like there's always something on. Like it doesn't like nothing, no channel goes to static anymore. No. Wait, and what did you say? The door was open?
And the bathroom door was open, even though I had shut it so I could fall asleep. And then I look in the corner of the room and it's almost like the corner where the ceiling meets the wall was open. It was like a star. It was almost like snowing in the room. Like it was like starry and like I could feel like there was like sleets, like precipitation of something. And I look down and I see a kid with a red ball. And
no,
yes, I swear, like in this corner of this room, and he just was staring at me with this red ball, and I could not move, I could not speak. I knew I was like awake, but I couldn't do anything. Like I was just frozen.
The shit's real, people.
And at that point, I'm like, I just gotta force myself to go back to sleep because I can't sit here and freak out because I can't control anything.
Yeah.
And so I forced myself to go back to sleep. I woke up. Little boy wasn't there. The TV was still on. But at this point, I could move. I got up, turned the TV off, shut the door, went back to sleep for the rest of the night. But it was just one of those. Why? Why are you fucking with me?
Drink.
Let's have another drink. This is heavy. Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we've always, had a fascination with the supernatural. So I think we are probably more open and sensitive to that. So that would explain why we would have these experiences. But again, it's creepy, but I don't think either one of our experience was demonic.
No.
I just think with Mary, there's so much going on. Like we said, I can't call it a dream. It's like a dream meets a dream story, meets lucid dreaming, meets the supernatural. And it's really quite a dynamic story to tell us. And really can't thank you enough for sharing such a personal experience. And I think you're brave and stay strong. And we love you too. And we want to hug you.
We really do. And keep it up. You're an amazing person, and you always have our support. So
always,
please continue to reach out.
Ooh, so you guys,
that was heavy. Wow,
that was a little bit different from what we normally have. But wow, so fascinating.
I am fascinated.
I was, like you said, your mouth and your eyes were like open the whole time.
I just could not. Oh, whew.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good one. So thank you for allowing us to be a little bit different today.
If you're fascinated by these stories like I am, and you're just sitting there with your mouth wide open, like complete gaga, what the fuck face, you can support the show, and you can do that by going to remelations.com/support. And you can send us your dream stories. You can follow us on all the socials, and you can even join our Patreon. Oh, it is a side note. I was thinking as we were approaching our 30th episode, I think we should do a Dirty 30 episode. Erotic dreams or naughty dreams.
We've had a couple already.
I know. I think we're making a call out there for everyone. If you have a naughty dream that you want to send us, a sexy dream, we're going to do a Dirty 30 episode.
Oh my God. I might need to reach out to some people that I know that probably have some dirty dreams. It might be me. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of your dreams, we actually just put on Patreon a very exclusive world premiere.
Listen up.
Brooke remembered a dream.
I know.
This is
Can you believe it?
We've been doing this podcast since November. 25 episodes ago, and we finally get something from Brooke. So if you want to hear it, you have to join our Patreon. You can join for as little as $3 a month, and that just supports our show, pays for some of our hosting and things, because podcasting's not free. If you want to get some fun goodness of Brooke.
This could be once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, it could be.
Who knows? So join now.
So if you want to get that, you can go to remelations.com/support. Join our Patreon. That's only a few bucks a month, and you get some extra content. And if you are at our well-rested level or above, you also get a Remelations t-shirt if you're one of our first 25 besties to sign up and join us. On that level, we are sending out t-shirts, I think, in the next month or so. So you want to get that?
So soon. Yes. Thank you very much. And I have a feeling we might have some additional video footage to share from this episode when Mindy had a stretch earlier. Brooke
said I got to put up there. It's nice and embarrassing. So thank you.
It was very, very entertaining.
That's what I get for working out and having to, my legs fall asleep in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah, damn you for being healthy.
Damn me. I work out so I can eat shit.
And drink.
Yeah, I don't feel so bad then.
It's a means to an end. You just have to decide at some point.
Yep, just try to balance it out, ladies. Shimmy. That is definitely got to be a t-shirt. Just
it has to. I might have one. I'll just write shimmy on.
Yeah, you should. It's got to have. It has to have tassels though, like fringe, and it has to be bedazzled.
So it has some.
Yeah, you have something to
it.
Shimmy it.
You got to see the shimmy.
Brooke would have been a very good flapper.
I was born in the wrong era.
Should have been 20s.
I could start my own little bar restaurant maybe, and
speakeasy.
I mean, I know the 20s are have been the hot thing for the last 5 years. So I don't want to be too cliche. But
well, here, this is going to blow your mind. It's the 20s again.
I know.
Which is you're the 20s. Wait, it is the 20s.
It is the 20s. Okay, it was 100 years ago. What?
Or my kid's oh, you were born in the 1900s. I'm no, the 1900s is not the same as 1980s.
80s.
1900s, you make me sound like I'm a Victorian era woman.
My dad cracked up I don't know what we were doing. I don't know. It was maybe last weekend. And I was like, I don't know, turn of the century time. And he just busted up because no, it was. It was. I mean, I was thinking like 1999, 2000. Yeah. He's thinking like 1901. I'm like, no, it technically is the turn of the century, just ours.
You know what I heard? I was listening to a podcast, which I always do, and they were talking about how if Anne Frank was alive, she'd only be 80.
Are you serious?
Like, is that not crazy to think? Like, that was not that long ago.
Not that long
right?
ago. Wow.
Well, but my mother-in-law was alive during World War II, and her grandmother was gassed. And so it's just crazy to think that it's all
like
the same.
that is, again, recent history, recent past. And it
Scary.
just doesn't, it seems like it was so long ago, but it really wasn't.
Actually, you'd like this podcast because they talk about how they believe that Anne Frank was reincarnated. There's a whole book on it. And it's insane. So I'm going to give a little Mindy recommendation here. I'll put a link in the show notes.
Well, I definitely think then this calls for a trip to Amsterdam where her museum is. Just saying.
Let's go. Sure.
I feel like that should be added to our list of tour dates.
Tour. Someday.
By the way, my new nickname from my trip is Brooke Nasty. Don't know what happened, but I love it.
I love it.
Just recently, like 2 days ago, it got changed to Brooke Nasty, Nastee, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel so honored. Like I've already been upgraded to like spelling nasty. So
nasty.
That's a little call out to my girls from the trip. Brooke Nasty says hi.
Shimmy, shimmy. Well, I mean, it all goes hand in hand. The shimmy, shimmy, and the Brooke Nasty.
The shimmy is worldwide.
It is.
Shimmy follows me.
It goes everywhere you go.
Oh, side note. No, maybe I told you already. I don't know. But my big joke during my trip was because I snorkeled so much. I'm like, ladies, I'm going face down, ass up. Because I was snorkeling all the time. And I'm like, that's how my ass did get sunburned so badly.
Oh, yeah, that does make
down,
sense.
Ass up.
Yeah. Well, just have Chad rub a little aloe on it.
Ooh. There's been lotion. There's been aloe. It's still peeling.
Oh, my God.
If that's the worst of it, that's fine. Because it doesn't hurt. But
not so bad. We're on the topic of, all of you amazing besties out there, we want to let you know there is a Facebook fan page for this show that Kelly has set up and started running. So if you go to Facebook, you should be able to search for it. It's Remelations Besties fan page. So fan group, something like that. Go on Facebook, look for it, you'll find it. But there's a lot of like-minded, cool cats in there that like dreams and all things dream related. So find your new bestie.
It's true.
In that group.
And a whole bunch of new besties, really.
Because you're all
check it out.
Amazing. You're all our favorites.
Cool cats, like Mindy said.
Just like the middle child, you're my favorite. Oh, I did have something. My youngest daughter, you know this, Brooke. My youngest daughter is turning 13 on the 13th, on Friday the 13th. So golden birthday, Friday the 13th. All the goodies,
it's
right?
all in alignment.
And so we were working on her birthday, and I started talking about things that you do at a sleepover. And one of the things that came up was all those, crazy things you do at sleepovers, like playing the Ouija board, which we already talked about in an episode, like what that was. But do you remember playing light as a feather, stiff as a board?
I was just going to say light as a feather, stiff as a board is like the next big thing besides, drawing on someone or putting their hand in water and making them pee. But
freezing their bras.
That shit is crazy. It works.
It works. And I know because from experience, you and I have done this probably on multiple occasions. But if you're not familiar with this, and it might be called something different in different countries, and if it is, let us know. But what you do, now I forget how we played it. Is it that someone lays in the middle of a circle, so everyone gets around a person, and everyone puts their two fingers. So you take your pointer and
middle finger.
Yep, that's the little one. It took me a minute to really recognize which one that was.
Just your middle.
That's the one. I had held it up to make sure. And you put them
We're both
under
doing it. Like
someone's body.
We're both holding up our fingers like you guys can see what we're
I can't see what we're doing. So you put those under someone's body and then
just very gently too.
Very
it's
gently.
Like, again, not your whole hand, just fingers. Everyone just has a couple fingers.
So someone's got their shoulders, someone's got their legs, and so on, all the way around.
Yeah.
Now, did we play it that you had to say the person's name and how they died? Because I've heard there's multiple ways of doing this. Did we say like your name is Sarah and you got died in a fire when you were 12? And did we do it like that? I forget.
I don't think so. I think you just chant light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Yeah.
No, but I just remember, I don't remember that. That's intense.
Yeah. And so
where do you find the name and the
you just make it up.
Death? Oh, you make it up.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone makes, like, goes around the circle and starts to tell a story about the person and how they died.
Oh, no. That's so interesting.
Then you start lifting the body with your fingers and, like, it I don't know.
You lift the person. It's crazy. Yeah. It works. It just works.
It works. I also heard your pinky can hold way more weight than a lot of different parts of your body. So maybe try with strong fingers.
I mean, my brother's a big dude too, and I remember like cousins and I did it once, of course, on Christmas. Because what do you do on Christmas? You play light as a feather, stiff as a board, and it was like, boop, like it just is crazy. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. It works. I mean, maybe you have to believe. Maybe it's like Santa Claus. You have to believe. But if you get a group of people together that do believe, that shit works. You lift someone off the ground with your fingers.
Yeah. So I was telling her that would sound like something she had to do. And she goes, yeah, I don't think I want to do that. And I was like, okay, well,
you try.
Maybe at 13 and when I did 15, maybe you'll be old enough to want to summon
it's just
some
a
spirits.
shame because it's like Friday the 13th.
Yes,
and it's her golden birthday, but that makes it special. She should get to really choose which games she wants to play, Mom.
Yeah. She is doing it as a costume party, so she's inviting all of her friends to dress up as their favorite. Okay, my family loves costume parties and idea. Like we just are weird partiers. Like we like to dress up for no reason, and so I think it's adorably cute that she wants to have everyone to dress up like their favorite TV star or movie star, like a character. So she's going to dress up as Sharpay from High School Musical.
Oh, wow. She was telling me all about it just before you hopped on, and she's like, "There's going to be a red carpet," and I'm like,
"Some decorations or popcorn."
I'm like, "Mindy, you gotta like hang out on the side and like take pictures like paparazzi when all the kids walk into the parties."
Yes, so they're coming up with different game ideas. You know, obviously you can play charades and things like that, but she's got a good group of friends, and it should be a lot of fun. So,
good.
I'm sure they won't sleep, and therefore I won't sleep.
Well, that's actually a sign of a good sleepover, right? When you don't sleep.
Yeah.
The name is a little confusing, but no. It should be an awake-over.
Totally should. I wish you were closer so you could help
I know.
Moderate the sleepover with me.
No, what is chaperone?
Chaperone, yes. You help chaperone it. We will have a bucket of White Claws and the kids can have Coke. Coca-Cola.
Oh, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, please.
It's not that kind of celebrity party. It's not that kind of Hollywood party.
Oh, speaking of Hollywood, and this is Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
it is. Johnny Depp. And fuckface.
Amber Heard.
Want to punch her in the face?
She is
a demon.
I don't even have an adjective strong enough. She is like the worst person I have ever heard.
Complete narcissistic nut job.
It's okay. Like she's fine. Like he's on trial. It's like she cut off part of his finger. She peed on his pillow. Like she physically abuses him. Like it goes both ways, people. It does.
Men can be abused as well. And I'm so happy that he's telling his story and he's sobering up and he's who doesn't love Johnny Depp? And no. It's like the underdog story of the year.
I really hope the world rallies around him because it is unusual in these days, you know, like everyone, and it's a good thing that women are, you know, being recognized for their stories. But again, it happens to men too. Yeah. And this is such a public way of, you know, showing that it does happen. And oh my God, I just hope the judge
and the gaslighting, the fact that she's, you know, he's like, you punched me. She's like, no, I didn't. I hit you. And it's like girl, what? You're gaslighting him. It's like, yeah, that's on tape.
Totally.
It's just fucking insane. She's a narcissist.
And I just
so glad he got
why
away.
Isn't she on trial? That's what I want to know. Like, I do think it's really important though, because no one ever looks at it for a guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's mostly women, but
you know what? Narcissists are 80% women. I mean,
I believe
narcissism
that.
is mostly a woman trait. I just hit the jackpot.
Yeah. You hit the jackpot. Literally hit the jackpot. Hit it.
Hit it.
Oh my God. Like, oh. Yeah, it's really sad because Johnny Depp is such an amazing actor. And yeah, I'm sure he's had some wild nights here or there. But this story is like, you couldn't write it, honestly. Like, it is its own movie.
Yeah.
Ryan Murphy will probably make it into a movie like he does the OJ story and the Versace story.
True.
Like how he's doing like these reenactments of these big cases.
Hollywood.
And oh, Johnny, we love you.
We love you.
What is Johnny Depp?
He's
dream?
kind of busy right now. So we'll come back to that one.
Maybe he needs something
happy dreams
to take his mind off of it.
Johnny, we have a good podcast. I think you'll like it. Just put it on, fall asleep.
Enjoy
our soothing voices.
But I do 100% give my support to Johnny.
Me too. Domestic violence on either end is not okay.
No. Nope.
And we will stand up for the people who are being abused.
Again, we've given, domestic violence support numbers and what there are people out there to help. No matter who you are. Man,
and
woman.
You know what? Just dream of that person and then just fuck them up in your dream. Because I've had lovely dreams where I just beat the shit out of someone. My ex. And it feels so good. I wouldn't do it in real life because I don't condone violence. But in my dream, I am just fucking them up.
Ooh. You know what I've always wanted
eyeballs
to do? Like
first.
Ooh, that's a good way to start.
Start with the eyeballs. Take out the eyeballs.
Oh, and I like your little motion.
Conviction, yeah.
I've always wanted to do one of those smash rooms. I don't know if they even exist anymore, but like they were kind of hot for a few years where you would just like go in a room and just.
I'm pretty sure they still exist here. And I think there are certain times in your life you need that.
I think it's such a good idea because you literally just get your aggression out on this room full of random shit and you just smash everything to bits.
I would totally do that with you. We'll call that a bestie date night. Bestie date night.
Find one that's still around. You probably
I'm
have
sure they
better
are
luck
still in
by
Chicago.
you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it.
And we'll just break shit up.
Oh my God.
On behalf of Johnny.
Yes, on behalf of Johnny, we're going to do it. Fuck you, Amber.
Yes. Well, today's been a lot of fun, Brooke.
Always. I love seeing your face.
It's Sunday. I should go to church. Bye.
We both laugh hysterically. If you go to church, that's fine. That's fine.
We went to way too much in our 13 years of Catholic school.
12 years of, and we just like to spend our Sundays having some cocktails and talking.
I'm feeling much better
lovely
now.
People out there.
I feel less hungover now. Thanks.
Oh, good. Good. She started off a little rough.
I started off a little rough, and I had my Bloody Mary and my beer back.
I was like, are you okay? Like, I could see it on your face.
And I'm like, now 1,000%. I'm good.
Woohoo.
All right. Well.
See? Laughter really is the best medicine.
Agreed. And so is friendship.
Oh. Pod news. This was bananas, you guys, because last episode, I was like, come on, Hawaii. Like, we were talking about all the states we've had listeners from, and we're like, not Hawaii. And what happened? Hawaii is on the charts now. And Mindy told me, and I was like, no way. I mean,
you guys pulled through. You must have told someone in Hawaii. I sent her a screenshot and I said, yeah, we did it. There's Hawaii now. We checked it off our list. And Brooke just said she's got to put out, you're going to win the lottery, right? That's what you want to project out in the universe.
Yeah, I'm like, if I put out to have someone from Hawaii listen to our podcast and it happened, I got to build up slowly, like win the lottery or something. I got to just keep putting it out there.
Let's just try for Alaska next. If you know anyone in Alaska that would like to hear about our podcast, like, please let them know.
Challenge.
Alaska.
Come on, Alaska. Step up.
We're down only to like a handful of states that our show hasn't played in yet. But while we are talking about states that do tune in, I want to give a shout out to some of our international listeners because you know what? There are so many out there and we love you. And we just like Mary from Poland. Shout out to Poland.
Yep.
I also want to say thank you to our UK listeners. Mm-hmm. We have our bestie, Kelly in Australia.
Hi, Kelly.
Spain, Belgium, our lovely neighbors to the north, Canada, Switzerland, Italy, Chile,
Oh my God.
We have some listens to the Maldives, and I wonder how that happened.
It wasn't me. I'll tell you that much. That's the God's honest truth. I did leave some business cards laying around the resort, so it could be anyone. Who knows?
We also have Germany, Ireland, and Singapore. So just amazing. Thank you.
I think our goal is to hit every continent. I mean, we've got North America, South America, Australia, Europe. So we need Asia. Come on, Asia, and come on, Antarctica. I know that's a reach, but
Antarctica might be a little tough.
Baby steps.
A station, like a sub-zero station there somewhere that,
We've already hit so many continents. Actually, I lied because the Maldives is technically part of Asia. So, hey now, all we need is Antarctica. That's pretty amazing. 25 episodes, we've hit almost all the continents. That's, you guys.
That is
amazing.
Insane.
Thank you so much.
We love it. And, another note, we are just crossing the threshold of 3,500 downloads in 25 episodes. So that is a crazy amount, and we love it. And thank you so much. Now, if you are enjoying the show, make sure to tell a bestie about it. And that's how we continue to grow. So make sure you tell your bestie in Alaska or
Antarctica.
Tell your favorite Harry Potter fan. Tell a 7-foot mamba snake. Tell friendly demons, not the mean. We don't want the bad ones following our show. But if you have a friendly spirit,
just a
tell
ghost.
Tell them, hey, we're cool. And we love supernatural stories. So if you want to write those in, please keep them coming.
We do.
But thank you, everyone, for coming back every week.
Yes.
We love you.
We do. And thank you especially to Mary and Patricia this week. It was quite an episode, quite a roller coaster. We had some laughs, we had some scares, and everything in between. And, as always, like Mindy said, keep those stories coming. We can't wait to hear back from you each week and read more dreams and stories. And until then, sweet dreams, bitches.